25 of the Fox 54 Weekend Review. Thanks for watching us here each weekend and every weekend for the past 6 months. I'm Kenesha Dees. This week we gear up for the first day of school, which is coming up sooner than you think. While kids are gearing up with new sneakers thanks to a North Alabama organization, teachers are also gearing up with some free supplies to ensure they get the school year off on the right note. Our recap of the week is also going to take us out of the state for the first time, despite what this billboard says. We'll have more on that in a bit. But first, though, we're taking you to Huntsville International Airport, where some new changes have been announced, including one that should take the pressure off traffic at the terminal doors. And you'll soon see some big changes at Huntsville International Airport, and it might make your travel experience a little more bearable. Our Ken McCoy on how this involves cell phones.
So if you have spent any time in an airport, you know that the picking up and dropping off process can be a hassle. Luckily, Huntsville International Airport is making a few changes that will enhance the traveler experience.
So the airport has been planning to have some terminal improvements to the concourse area for several years now.
Huntsville International Airport is getting set to make travel a little less of a headache.
In the concourse just past TSA, folks who've flown through Huntsville International know we have just one elevator and a couple of escalators. And if one of those should go down, then that really causes a stressful moment for our passengers. So this project is going to create a redundancy there. We will then have 2 elevators and 4 escalators, as well as the usual stairs.
And they're also adding a cell phone lot.
So when people are picking up their passenger arrivals, they'll be able to pull into that cell phone lot and wait on the passenger to give them a call or send them a text, let them know they're waiting at the terminal parking curb, and then they'll just pull out of that lot, pull up to the loading and unloading zone and pick up their person, and off they go.
The lot looks to relieve a common problem all airports have: congestion.
The cell phone waiting lot is definitely going to alleviate the congestion around the front of the terminal. So for those who are arriving for their flight, it will be much less congested because there won't be as much traffic right there sitting and waiting. Folks will be using the lot when they're picking someone up, so they don't have to sit and wait in front of the curb.
Most everyone likes a good cup of joe, and even more people like to get that cup of joe from Starbucks. And if you lived in Huntsville for quite some time, you know Starbucks comes with its fair share of traffic, especially in the mornings. Well, now that a Starbucks downtown has been approved, our Nixon Norman tells us it's raising some traffic concerns.
The city's planning commission has approved the construction of a Starbucks right here off the Parkway's exit and at the intersection of Clinton and heart of Huntsville. Councilmember Bill Kling has concerns about this construction, as I'm sure many of you do at home, especially when it comes to traffic backup.
I have very strong concerns about the decision that the planning commission made. Somewhat similar over on Governor's Drive. A little bit to the east of the Parkway, there's a Starbucks, and there's a problem during peak times where there's drive-through traffic that hangs out and basically blocks off a lane going west on Governor's Drive. And that is not a good thing to have, especially during morning drive time.
If you've ever driven past or even put yourself in line at Starbucks during peak hours of the morning, you know just how congested things can get. Kling's worry is that congestion combined with this location could create a traffic nightmare.
We all love Starbucks. It's great to have. It's a great way to socialize. It's a pretty good cup of coffee. But again, I think whether you're for it or against it, I think the issue is traffic safety, and when you have protruding traffic coming out and blocking ongoing traffic, that can be very serious. You got somebody coming in off the Parkway at a pretty good speed, they turn the curve and wham, next thing you know, they're going to run into a bunch of parked Starbucks vehicles waiting to get in because of the backlog.
Councilman Kling says there has to be another way to still build the Starbucks that many want without the danger of this location and the possible traffic jams it could cause.
I don't understand the rationale for putting it at this location. Surely the Planning Commission, the staff could come together and find another way to locate this new Starbucks, but do it in a way that's not going to be such an impact on oncoming traffic.
Well, Huntsville will soon get a new option for all of your grocery shopping needs, but more importantly, more jobs will also be coming to the area. Today was the groundbreaking for the first of 6 Food City stores. Earlier this year, the city approved a development agreement to allow Food City to invest $90 million to build 6 new stores and create more than 1,300 jobs in Huntsville over the next 5 years.
Excited about this. It's a great part of the city, and certainly we couldn't ask for more welcoming folks. The city's been great to work with. The community has welcomed us, and we're just excited to be here to create jobs, create commerce, and really serve the community.
And get this, each store will offer customary grocery items, a full-service bakery, deli and cafe, full-service Starbucks, and much more. And one local organization is teaching teens financial literacy, empowering them with the tools to make informed money-making decisions. Our Jasmine Burt knows a bit about this. And Jasmine, what are some of those tools to help these teens?
Yes, Kanisha, this is very exciting. The program is called LIFT, created by CNI Solutions, and the tools provided are courses and conversation about how teens can manage their money and make better financial decisions.
Sometimes learning to properly manage our finances isn't always exactly what you call fun in the sun, which is why CNI Solutions is doing something about that and helping teens start learning financial literacy early.
We want to start them off with financial literacy and understanding the basics of taxes, understanding credit scores, credit reports.
Having not learned about financial literacy growing up inspired CNI Solutions President Charles Fry to make sure that wasn't someone else's story.
People should not have to wait until they turn 40 to realize how important credit is, how important finances is, how important savings and goal savings is.
So Fry figured,
if I could at least plant the seed now in a teenager's mind before they go to college, they'll have a mindset say, you know what, somebody talked to me about this.
So exactly what topics will be covered during this course?
During the course, we're going to talk about savings. We're going to talk about credit and credit scores. How do you manage those? We're going to talk about predatory lending, you know, where to stay away from those petty loans. We're going to talk about how to do checks, how you write a check, how do you fill out a money order, you know, like this, and who's the ownership of those checks, you know.
Fry believes now is the time to really begin educating students.
So when they go fill out those forms, or they're getting that W form they got to fill out from the job, they're not calling mom or dad, say, hey, what am I supposed to do with this?
A nice pair of sneakers can make anyone feel a little more confident, but for some kids heading back to school, getting the latest pair may be hard to come by. Our Ken McCoy spoke with one local sneakerhead who is taking his passion for shoes to help out those in need.
A lot of these kids, their families can't afford the latest and the greatest, so we send them to school with a one-of-a-kind.
Back to school is around the corner, and most kids want to go back feeling their best.
You know, again, you can buy new pairs of shoes and feel great, but if you have a new pairs of shoes that are custom catered to you, it's going to make you feel that much better. Ain't nobody going to be able to tell these kids anything.
Casey Hughes is sharing his passion for sneakers through his organization, Community Kicks.
So Community Kicks, what we do is we take underprivileged kids in our community and we send them back to school with custom painted Air Force Ones. We target 12 to 18-year-old teenagers. In the event that that family has siblings, we take all of the siblings shoe shopping at either Hibbett's or Top Score here in Decatur, and we buy those siblings whatever pair of shoes that they would like, so that they feel just as important as their big brother or big sister.
So why Air Forces?
That Air Force One is kind of that status symbol. It's right up there with the Nike Dunk. You know, I'm old school, I'm almost 40 years old, so the Air Forces are more relatable.
But the unique thing about these shoes is that the kids put their own touch on them.
We bring the kids into our lab, and myself and O'Brien Hewlett from Obliterated Kicks, we sit down with the kids, and the kids design their shoes to their preference. So if they want Spider-Man fighting Iron Man, that's what they get, man. Whatever's going to help them help boost their personality and boost their confidence, that's what we do for them.
For the kids, it's a confidence boost. For Hughes, it's a dream realized.
This started in 2022. Last year, 3 weeks before school started, I told my wife I want to send kids back with custom painted shoes. This year, the community in the Morgan County, Decatur area has really just kind of stepped up, and we're looking forward to expanding to North Alabama and Huntsville next year.
Costs can really add up for shopping, school supplies included. However, Free to Teach, a local organization, is providing free school supplies for teachers in all 3 Madison County school systems. Our Jasmine Bird shows us how this helps a lot.
Well, I am right here at Free to Teach, and as you can see, my handy dandy backpack, it is almost back to school time, and I am picking up just a few school supplies as Free to Teach is offering free school supplies for teachers.
Free to Teach is so awesome because it allows us to get some of the supplies that we normally would have to spend our money on.
Many teachers can agree that they have been there and done that. That's why Lee High School creative and performing arts teacher Nicole Fields believes Free to Teach is such a beneficial resource.
And it allows us to get some things like paint buckets, to collect bottle tops or stickers that we can give the kids when they do great work.
Journey Middle School art teacher Judy Bagwell loves coming to Free to Teach because she has the opportunity to get things for her classroom that aren't traditional supplies.
Supplies that I can't traditionally put on a purchase order. So I go to like the science area and get disposable aprons and things like that.
Free to Teach Executive Director Allison Kling says their ultimate goal is to get these supplies into the hands of the kids who need them.
And the teachers know how to do that. They know what their classrooms need and they know what their kids need.
Kling says Free to Teach is all about supporting the surrounding schools and individuals in them, and the one way they continue to do that is
that comes through supplies.
The free store is open 11 months of the year, and teachers are welcome to come every month. In Huntsville, Jasmine Bird, Fox 54 News.
The Braid-A-Thon is back, an event put on by a nonprofit to prepare kids for back to school. CNI Solutions, the third annual Fresh to School Braid-A-Thon, is for kids in grades 6 through 12. Services include locks and retwists and haircuts too. The event is July 30th from 8 a.m. until 6 p.m. at the Bob Harrison Senior Center off Pulaski Pike. Services are appointment only, and local hairstylists and barbers will be there. The cool part is the services are free and lunch will be provided.
So these are braid styles that we did last year. We had like a total of 14 styles that we did. So this year what we're doing is we're going to have a meeting with all of our volunteer braiders and stylists, and we're going to come together and come up with some new styles for the kids this year that will be exciting and exhilarating to them.
Yeah, definitely exciting. Go ahead and register. For more information on how to register, visit our website.
Get Fox 54 Plus for Roku and Fire TV. Watch local newscasts live or on your schedule, plus local exclusives like the Valley's Top Teacher Series. Fox 54 Plus, live, local, and always on.
Believe it or not, school starts in just a few weeks, and middle and high school STEM teachers are getting ready for the school year already. The UAH Office for Exceptional Excellence is working with local aerospace companies to give tours and hands-on learning experiences so that teachers can take what they learn back to the classroom and share with students. Last week, a group of teachers visited Beyond Gravity in Decatur, an aerospace company that provides world-class spaceflight hardware. Donnie Bunetti from Coleman High School shares more on what these companies can offer students who are about to enter the workforce.
There are so many opportunities right here. They don't have to go far. They can get paid to work and learn these skills at the same time. There are tremendous job benefits in our backyard.
STEM is still on the rise, and today a kickoff event was held at Athens State University to discuss the impact its new $2 million grant will have on the next generation of STEM educators. Our Jasmine Bird knows a bit about it. And Jasmine, how will this benefit students?
Yes, Kanisha, this will benefit Athens State Teach, and this is a program made possible by a $2 million You Teach grant that aims to help colleges and universities prepare aspiring STEM teachers.
I've already went through a year of college, and I hadn't really decided what I wanted to do until a few months ago.
Ryan Buchanan is a first semester transfer student at Athens State, and through the You Teach program,
I'll be able to not have to worry about setting one goal and having to work towards that. I'll have options to, if I wanted to change, I'll be able to do that.
There is a shortage of teachers in the classroom, and Athens State University interim president Dr. Catherine Welberg believes one of the biggest areas of shortage is in their STEM programs.
And having teachers who are able to teach rich in the sciences, technology, engineering, and math is so very important for our students, because that's where future jobs are, and that's where a lot of the problems that need to be solved are relying on expertise.
Athens State Teach Co-Director Dr. Patricia Glaze adds that the $2 million grant doesn't stop there.
There's also a match from Athens State University to put close to $3 million.
That money is mainly going towards the remodeled student space for students to enjoy and various things to help support students.
So stipends for their tuition, for their first classes, scholarships throughout their time they're doing their coursework here, and then a scholarship for their internship, because a lot of our students actually work. And when they do their internship, they have to, not go to their job. They have to quit their job to do a full-time internship.
The popular festival Third Friday Downtown Decatur canceled this month. This decision comes after security concerns from the past events, mainly due to unaccompanied minors and not being able to secure the required number of off-duty Decatur police officers this month. Our Sedona Meadows was at 2nd Avenue today, where you actually spoke to some businesses. Sedona, what did you learn?
Yeah, Kanisha, I learned a lot today. There are some really unique shops along downtown Decatur's 2nd Avenue, and these business owners say although Third Friday is canceled this month, to still support local businesses. If you take a stroll down downtown Decatur's 2nd Avenue, you may come across some unique gems that'll have you wanting to stay a while. Sassy Owl Boutique and Urban Atlas are just two of the many local businesses sitting along this road with a vision to bring something different to the city.
We have women's clothing for all ages. Our customers range from 12 and 13 up to 82. We have plenty of back to school and game day releasing next week. So now we just dropped a Barbie collection.
Urban Atlas is retro retail, so all things vinyl records, bell bottoms, roller skates, anything funky, vintage. I also have a tea shop inside. So there's a lady, she can make all types of teas, all types of drinks for you. We also have yoga classes. So it's really just a big variety for people looking for different things to do around town.
Third Friday Downtown Decatur, put on by the Downtown Decatur Business Merchants Association, started with the goal of encouraging people to shop locally.
It's all just shop owners trying to do something for their community. A lot of work gets put into it. It's grown immensely.
According to the owner of shops on 2nd Avenue, his business income in one day sometimes doubles on Third Friday.
Usually whatever I have made or we've earned on a Friday, by 3 o'clock, by 9 o'clock, we've earned that again.
And as this month's event is canceled due to security concerns, these local businesses hope you will still support them any day of the week.
Come walk around. We have tons of other events downtown that I think people would enjoy, even just sharing them on Facebook and making all of the downtown merchants' presence known.
We are getting ready for back to school, so we really hope everyone comes out and shops that. Even though Third Friday is canceled, it is also still tax-free weekend. So, shop local, rack up on some tax-free items.
And they hope to have Third Friday back in August.
And I definitely encourage people to at least thank the people that put on these events, support the people that put on the events, because if they didn't put on the events, we wouldn't have events.
And the Decatur Police Department and Downtown Decatur Business Merchants Association will be meeting again before next month's Third Friday event to prepare for an event everyone can enjoy.
And one local organization is teaching teens financial literacy, empowering them with the tools to make informed money-making decisions. Our Jasmine Burt knows a bit about this. And Jasmine, what are some of those tools to help these teens?
Yes, Kanisha, this is very exciting. The program is called LIFT, created by CNI Solutions, and the tools provided are courses and conversation about how teens can manage their money and make better financial decisions.
Sometimes learning to properly manage our finances isn't always exactly what you call fun in the sun, which is why CNI Solutions is doing something about that and helping teens start learning financial literacy early.
We want to start them off with financial literacy and understanding the basics of taxes, understanding credit, credit scores, credit reports.
Having not learned about financial literacy growing up inspired CNI Solutions President Charles Fry to make sure that wasn't someone else's story.
People should not have to wait until they turn 40 to realize how important credit is, how important finances is, how important savings and goal savings is.
So Fry figured,
if I could at least plant the seed now in a teenager's mind before they go to college, they'll have a mindset say, you know what, somebody talked to me about this.
So exactly what topics will be covered during this course?
During the course, we're going to talk about savings. We're going to talk about credit and credit scores. How do you manage those? We're going to talk about predatory lending, you know, where to stay away from those payday loans. We're going to talk about how to do checks, how you write a check, how do you fill out a money order, you know, like this, and who's the ownership of those checks, you know.
Fry believes now is the time to really begin educating students.
So when they go fill out those forms, or they're getting that W form they got to fill out from the job, they're not calling mom or dad, say, hey, what am I supposed to do with this?
Growing up, many of us loved superheroes like Batman and Spider-Man. Today, a few campers in Huntsville got introduced to another kind of superhero whose powers help heal entire communities. Our Ken McCoy with a look inside Huntsville Hospital.
This week, we have some really unique superheroes with us this week.
Exposure is kind of like the threshold to the door of opportunity.
Being exposed to opportunities young can help shape a child's entire future.
So we want to make sure that we open doors, that we expose them to great opportunities here within the city bounds, and then making sure that they have some understanding of where they can go as in a profession a little later.
The City of Huntsville's Park and Recreation Department partnered with Huntsville Hospital System to help campers become doctors for a day.
Today is a very unique event. We have an opportunity to host the Huntsville Hospital System today for what we're calling Doctors for a Day. They'll have an opportunity to meet several different men and women in the field of healthcare. One, x-ray technicians, nurse practitioners, nurses, dietitians, and then several others that support the healthcare system as well.
This is the first of many exposure programs the campers will experience.
This is the first time that we've hosted this type of event, but it won't be the last. We have several others that are coming up. Entrepreneurship, we want to continue to expose them in several other ways here at the Shower Center.
And that continued exposure will help build a network for the future.
The benefit is being able to create a greater network within the community in which they live. So making sure that they understand, they see these faces maybe in the malls or grocery stores or whatever the case is. Now they have a greater network of people that they might be able to pull on or call on when they need some level of insight or inspiration.
The annual Leaders and Legends Banquet at the VBC is a star-studded event. Every summer, supporters of the Boys and Girls Club of North Alabama have been blessed to hear a keynote speaker. Some of them include Evander Holyfield, Charles Barkley, Emmitt Smith, Drew Brees, and Bo Jackson. And tonight, another Heisman Trophy winner made his way to the Rocket City. Auburn football great Cam Newton taking some time out of his busy schedule to visit Huntsville. As a keynote speaker, not only did the 2015 NFL MVP share several great stories, but he also had a chance to throw a few passes to some lucky recipients who won signed footballs in an auction. Since being drafted, Cam Newton has been quite active in community initiatives that involve youth in various cities. And some of his favorite ventures occur at Boys and Girls Clubs.
Well, it means a lot, you know, just off the mere fact that hearing about a person, seeing a person is two different impacts, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, Alabama as a state has been unbelievable for me. And anytime I have an opportunity to empower the younger generation, I'm all for it. I do it through my initiatives. And, you know, partnering with the Boys and Girls Club is just something that magnifies that as well.
Now, one thing that keeps Cam Newton busy is his podcast. The former Auburn Tiger has been rolling with his Funky Friday podcast, which is available to watch on YouTube and listen in other places. We asked Newton about any upcoming guests that he may have on the show, and this presented the perfect opportunity for him to keep the smack talk going with the Iron Bowl rivalry.
I was thinking about getting Nick Saban, but I preferred to get the upgrade in Hugh Freeze. So that was a joke. That was a joke. No. That was a layup. So yeah.
Pick
Picture it, a billboard by a major beer brand welcoming you to Alabama. You'd think of nothing of it, right? But what if that billboard is in the middle of Macon, Georgia? It's a mystery brewing, or is it just a poor decision? Ashley Brooker tries to serve up some answers.
If you're hopping down Gray Highway, you might miss it at first glance.
That's just ridiculous.
It does look to be a billboard blunder.
What is Alabama doing in Georgia?
It's really crazy that we're more than 100 miles from Alabama, yet we have a sign that says Alabama on it.
It boasts tastes like Miller Time, Alabama, but it sits in Macon, Georgia. A larger-than-life lager ad looms over Fountain Express Car Wash.
I watched them put it up, and I was looking at it because I'd be amazed at little stuff like that.
Brianna Taylor works at Fountain Express, and she says maybe Miller didn't think geography mattered much. After all, we're talking about it.
Maybe it's just to boost their sales. People look at it, oh, that's funny, they might go get some just because, they seen the sign, they thought it was funny.
We are all for a joke. So for grins and giggles, we called Lamar Advertising. They said no comment and advised us to call Miller. Like a pitcher with too much suds, we were disappointed when Miller didn't call us back. So for now, we'll barely make sense of it all.
Somebody need to take a slap on the hand for that one.
Some parting words as we come to the end of this weekend review. We're saying goodbye to members of our FOX54 family. Here's a face you haven't seen in front of the camera. It's because she works behind the camera. Her name is Anointia Johnson, or as most call Tia. Tia works on our production team and is a critical part of our shows. She's one of our valuable production team members, punching buttons to make sure my face and many others pop up. As much as you see us, folks like Tia are part of why we're on air. She's leaving us Monday after working at FOX54 News for nearly 4 years. We wish her all the best. Thank you, Tia. And another fond farewell. This Friday, we say goodbye to reporter and Sunday anchor Nixon Norman. She's leaving FOX54 after nearly 3 years. Her bright and bubbly spirit helps light up our newsroom. There's an energy about her that is magnetizing. She's an award-winning journalist. In fact, she earned an Alabama Broadcasters Association, or ABBY, Award of Merit for Television Franchise this year. It's about a local birthday fairy who's considered a neighborhood hero. Check it out when you can. Nixon is moving to our sister station, WFMY, in Greensboro, North Carolina. We are so proud of you, Nixon. We'll miss you here too, but you're going to help tell the stories of North Carolina at its best. As for us, we'll be back here bringing you North Alabama at its best. Catch the Weekend Review every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday on FOX54+. It's available on Roku, Amazon Fire TV devices, and now on Apple TV devices as well. I'm Kenesha Dees, and have a great week.